What's up, everyone? Welcome into another Grizz Game Day update. It is Friday, and the Grizzlies are taking on the Phoenix Suns, a battle of two Western Conference teams. Actually, the Western Conference champs from last year. What up, Phoenix? Welcome to Memphis. But there are some good players that are in and out, and there's a lot going on. So let's start with the injury report for both teams. Mike, what do we have?
I mean, when you look at the Memphis Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks first to be out as he continues to work his way back from into game shape. He played in the last game, obviously, against Charlotte, made his season debut, had 20 points, played really well in that loss. But because we're on the back to set, Dylan is out tonight, and his status will be determined tomorrow. But I expect him to play tomorrow in New Orleans on the road. Beyond that, Steven Adams is questionable. So we'll see. Steven, I did believe he did go through shoot around. He'll be closer to a game time decision. And obviously what this means is he'll go through the workouts and the treatment, and the training staff will make a determination on Steven Adams. We know DeAndre Ayton for the Phoenix Suns is out. So one big man is already sidelined. We'll see if the Grizzlies have their starting big man on the floor. So it's still keep it locked. We'll figure out what's going on closer to tip. So that's the injury report. Now we can get into this matchup, Kelcey. When you look at Phoenix and what they particularly have done well, this isn't a team that's come out blazing yet. They're still trying to find their way. But what about this matchup do you like for the Grizzlies?
Yeah, they're on a 6-game winning streak right now. So like blazing is they're getting there. This team is one of the top scoring teams in the entire league. Chris Paul, their point guard, leads the league in assists. He almost has 11 assists per game. And then obviously their big scorer is Devin Booker. Now, it is a good thing for the Grizzlies that DeAndre Ayton is out because he is a force to be reckoned with down low, but that doesn't mean that they don't have backups. They have JaVale McGee, who, he's a 3-time NBA champion. He's been in the league for 17 years. It's not a downgrade necessarily to have him. You saw what Frank Kaminsky did in their last game. He came off the bench for 30-something points, a career high. So DeAndre Ayton being out is a good sign for the Grizzlies. And if Steven Adams is in, that's a great matchup for us. It's a good mismatch, but it doesn't mean that center position is, I don't even want to call it a mismatch, really. JaVale McGee and Frank Kaminsky can come in there and get 30 points.
Well, when you look at what Frank Kaminsky did in the last game that they played, he basically came off and was played like an all-star. He played like the lottery pick that he was several years back when he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, or ended up with the Charlotte Hornets early in his career. And he's a stretch 5. He can shoot. You have to respect his game. So, basically, Phoenix is one of those teams that they almost play inside out or outside in. They got their bigs like Kaminsky who shoots threes, but then they're guards who love to get in the mid-range and get into the paint. So they are a paint attacking team. Chris Paul is a maestro at navigating the mid-range. And I talked to Steven Adams about that at shoot-around. This is a team that's difficult to play because in the modern NBA, Kelcey, most teams either want to get to the rim for layups and dunks or shoot a bunch of threes. Most teams don't really analytically like to operate in the mid-range. Well, Phoenix is the outlier when it comes to that, and they got to the NBA Finals last year by maximizing what you can do for range. So Jaren Jackson Jr., Steven Adams, the Grizzlies bigs, Desmond Bane, all of those guys from the guards to the bigs are going to have to be able to fight through screens and contest these mid-range shots, because I think that's going to tip the scale in one side or another.
Yeah, and Steven Adams talked about the Phoenix Suns and how they played this morning at shoot-around. He called them a well-oiled machine, and I think that does come from top bottom. Chris Paul is an incredible leader on this team. Devin Booker, again, like these two teams are second and third, the Grizzlies and the Phoenix, in points in the paint. And that's not a lot of the big guys getting in. There's a lot of John Morant leads the Grizzlies. It's because he's driving and getting to the paint. It's a lot of fast break points. The one stat that I liked where the Grizzlies are much more ahead than the Phoenix Suns is second chance points. So I think tonight is going to be all about heart. And again, if Steven Adams is in and DeAndre Ayton is out, you got to be able to capitalize on offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities.
You have to be able to capitalize on that. And if you're the Grizzlies, on top of that, you have to see the 3-ball go into the basket. I had some stats earlier. I'm going to reach for them right here. The Grizzlies in their last 3 games, they're not shooting Kelcey Wright Johnson's clip from 3-point range from college. We can use her in this lineup over these last 3 games.
26%, aren't they? 25%.
26%. They're 26 of 97 from 3-point range in the last 3 games. That includes a 6 for 31 against the Wizards, an 11 for 28 against the Timberwolves, and a god-awful 9 for 38 coming off this last game on Wednesday against the Hornets.
Why you got to bring
They
that
have
up,
to see
Mike?
the ball go in the basket. Because that's the team. Like, you know, hey, what's the mentality? What's the mentality that DeAnthony Melton told you?
Let it
Let
fly.
that work.
Let that
if you're
fly.
gonna let it fly, you got to let it fall. If you're gonna let it fly, you got to see some of them fall. And I want to see the Grizzlies knock down some threes.
All right, perfect. So make some threes. Defense. The Grizzlies game, tips off at 7:00 tonight at FedExForum. Swing on by, folks. 901-888-HOOP. You can come and hang out with us. This is a Friday night. Like, what? Come on. This is going to be so fun. There is some fun guys that you probably want to come see. Campaign is back. You know, he's from Memphis. We love him. Jay Crowder is back. People loved him when he was here. So come out. And if you do want to stay home, you can watch it on Bally Sports Southeast. Or if you want to listen on the radio, 92.9 ESPN Radio, and then follow along all of the Grizzly socials at MemGrizz. And I cannot wait. 7 p.m. Let's go.